Get ready with me while I explain how I got into music. So my dad is the one that originally got me into music because he played guitar by ear. And so I think around maybe 8 years old is when he got me my first guitar, and it was an acoustic guitar. There was also one year that he got me an electric guitar and then put me into lessons. And he put me into lessons with this really cool, like, rocker guy who had long curly dark hair and like the biggest hands I've ever seen in my life. And we were learning things like Hannah Montana, and just like rock stuff, but for like a young girl. And then I got into Taylor Swift, so it was time to switch teachers. I was really into the Fearless album at the time, and so my parents decided to put me into lessons now with a folk guitar teacher whom I stayed with for about 6 years, learning finger picking and practicing singing and playing and doing some guitar showcases. I will say I do wish that I kind of stuck with more electric guitar because I would have loved to have known how to do more lead guitar and like stayed learning that more. But I'm very thankful for being put into lessons and having my parents keep me in lessons for so long. I also got into songwriting at this time and started keeping songwriting journals and writing poems and music and trying to collaborate with some of my friends in like middle school and high school. I remember always having wanted to be a singer. That was always my dream, just from as long as I can remember. But I do remember being very, very shy and very secretive about my songwriting. I remember a lot of times I would sing really quietly in my room, or I would really like to sing when my parents weren't home because I just didn't want them to hear me. It took a long time to get over. I think even to this day, I still get a little bit nervous here and there. I think 6th grade was the first time I decided to do a performance live at one of the talent shows. I think it was You and Me by Lifehouse. And then in high school, I was doing little talent shows here and there and just kind of continuing to do that. And then from there, I went off to college to get, a real job, but still kind of played in the comfort of my own home here and there, but wasn't doing any shows, wasn't doing it actively, wasn't writing a ton at that time. It wasn't until about 22, when I was living in Virginia Beach at the time, that I really considered doing it as a career. And that's kind of when everything changed for me. I wound up moving to Nashville in October of 2021. And I never looked back, and it's been a little over 4 years since I've been pursuing it. And done.